Hi everyone. In this video, we will see how to use the Postman tool. So this is the Postman tool where you can verify your APIs. So I just opened that tool here and we have the solution ready which has the APIs. Okay, so simple get API which will return the text string and simple post API. One has a normal string as a parameter and another one has the class string class values as a parameter. So basically this value is passed as a JSON string from the Postman. Okay, so in this test class, right, we will pass ID and name. So this is all these three is like a simple API. If you want to use some other name for this API, you can give the root names. So I'm not going to give that right now. So let's verify with this actual name only. I'm going to run this solution. Mostly this Postman tool used by the developers and testers to verify the APIs. Okay, so the application is running and we have the APIs ready, right? So let me call this API from the Postman. So we have get data as a controller here. So let me go to this Postman. I'll just create new. Here you can give your API URL. So we have localhost here and always use API as a root file for root for calling any API, and we have get string as a method name. So inside the get data, get string is a method name. So I'll just give that get data slash get string. So this is our API name. So when you send this, it will print you the see, output and make sure that type here verb type either it is a get or post or delete, so make sure it is correct, otherwise anyways it will not if you select the wrong web here, it will not retrieve any output over here. So this is how you can call this get API. And for post API, you just change this post and we have a simple API post string and the parameter, right, string we have passed here. So I'll just pass the string as a parameter. So we have the normal string as a parameter over here. So how to pass this? So go here and the method name we have to change. Anyways, post string. So and under this params, right? Here you can add key and values. So the key should be this str and value should be anything. So I'll pass ABC as a value. So this is basically a query string. See, even if you hit this in the sorry, if you add these parameters over here, it will work. And if we have the multiple parameters like next string, right? You can add multiple parameters over here. So key with the values, key with the values. So let's save this. See, ABC is printed. So we have returned that the string whatever we have passed to this method. This is normal string as a parameter. Now the next method, next post method. Here we are passing the class as a input, right? So how to pass this class values to the as a parameter from Postman. So let me copy this method and you can remove this. So you can remove this parameter and change the method name here and go to this body. So this is how you have to pass the um, class parameters. So under that body, right, you have to select this raw and here you have the formats, text format or JavaScript or JSON. So you can pass different format of the data and we are going to pass the JavaScript, sorry, JSON format. Okay, so JSON format will be like inside the parenthesis, right? Key value is the parameter, right? Comma key value is the parameter. So this is how the JSON parameter will look like. Okay, so the key value is ID. So basically ID is an integer here. So I will give ID as a key, and let's remove this double quotes because it is integer, right? So the value I am passing 2 for now. Okay, and the next is name is string value. So inside the double quotes, right, I'll give some MVC string as a value. So same thing, if you have the multiple parameters, right, you can add like this, comma, comma. If you're not pausing but you have added the parameters over here, then that time it will be passed as a null. Okay, so this is how you have to pass your values here, and let's send, and I will just put the breakpoint so to see the values here. Okay, so I'm sending it, and if you check here, see whatever the value I've passed, it's coming here 2, and against the name MVC string is coming. So the output printed JSON data is coming, right? So it has to print that. See, so this is how you have to pass your data in the body. Okay, and we have different kind of data formats, like you can use you know files and sorry, yeah, under this form data, if you want, some API might have the form uploads, right? For example, in some application we will upload some PDF file, and from that PDF file we will extract the values in the API, so that time you can use this, right? So the key is uh, you know the parameter name, and here it will show you the text or file. So if you select the file, it will give you the option to select the file, and there you, from there you can select your PDF file and you can send. So this is how you have to pass the PDF file to the parameters. And authorization, basically, right, most of the APIs has to be protected. So under authorization only we will use the we will do the authentications. Few APIs will have the API keys. So API keys in the sense direct key and value name and all, right? So basic authentication, username, password, basically email ID or password, some LDAP credentials you will have that. Okay, and bearer token is a single token to authenticate the particular API. You can um, you can use that kind of authentication, and no authentication means there is no protection for this API, so you can directly access that API, and you inherit bearer token is, yeah, the token I have already explained. So these are the different kind of authentication type we have, right? Authorization type. And headers, um, basically you can hide some values in the headers, because right, if you pass the values in the parameters, it will be visible to the user, or it will be visible in the browser, right? So most of the time we will avoid passing the data through this query string. Most of the time we will use the headers only. So you can pass any keys and values in the headers, access tokens, and everything we can pass it over the headers, so it will not come in the query string. So you can go through all the settings in this Postman, and also you can save it to the particular collection. See, we have the option to save this to the collection, so that you later on you can directly go there and you can utilize this API directly. You no need to write again and again. And also, as soon as you complete your development, you can share this collection to your tester, or if you have any vulnerability teams, they'll usually ask you to share the Postman collection to verify all the APIs, whether it is secured or everything is correct or not, right? So, so for example, I will just save this in the collection. See, I'll just create new collection here. Collection, just create it, and inside that collection, I'll just save. And see, left side you will have the collections, and you can create multiple collection, or inside the same collection you can add multiple APIs also, right? So if you want to share this collection to someone, now you can select here, right? So I think sorry, to share the collection, I think, give me a second, run the collection. uh right side you have these three dots, right? Just click this export, so it will ask you to export it as a JSON file. So let's select this recommended one type only, and you can export it. Let me save it in the desktop, right? So this is our collection. So you can share this to the team. So basically, if you open this, it will be in the JSON format file. See our API name and what is the authentication type, whether it is a post type or get type. So this is how the JSON file will look like, and how they will test it. So if someone sharing your JSON collection, how to test it or how to add it to yourself, right? So let me remove this for now. Delete, right? So if now I am a tester and I got a collection now, use this import option, right? And we have the file, JSON file, right? So let me select this upload file. Under that file, upload file. So desktop, I have this collection, right? So just import. So I got the collection. So this is how you have to share the API among the teams, and also you can use the external APIs which shared by other teams. Okay, just check all the settings in the Postman. It is very useful tool for the developers and testers. Thank you so much.